Right, guys, it's the show. It is the show, the show, the show. Another episode of the Asshole Cooking Show. It is the show. And today we're going to do, this is going to be like similar to the pizza burger you used to have in the school lunches back when you were in school. This is what this ended up tasting like when I actually made this like another day. I didn't record it, but it turned out pretty successful. I just should have recorded, and I would have, I would have already had the episode. But we're gonna do this. But anyway, I'm gonna start cooking up this ground meat. We're gonna drain the grease out afterwards, and that's gonna be very important. Drain all the grease out. But right now, we're gonna do while that's cooking. We're gonna prepare the ingredients here. We're gonna cut up this. Well, we can slice the cheese when it's about ready, but I'm going to slice it and get it prepared like now because it could take too long. And I'm going to take care of these corn biscuits. We're going to use the corn biscuits instead of cornflake crumbs. But if you have cornflakes to squeeze up, or you want to buy cornflake crumbs, but I did with these, and or you can even use Czech cereal. Just something that you can squish and smush, in the crumbs, because what you're going to do is almost like some people put in when they're making a meatloaf. We're going to put it in with the meat, and we're going to after that we're going to put it in a pan, and then we're going to melt the cheese on it. It's going to be really good. So here I'm going to just do this for now. I'm going to take these out of here. We're going to just dump them in here for now, and then, of course, we're going to throw this box away. Take care of that later. But I'm going to show you with one hand now. I'm going to just pulverize these really good. I'm going to I like this kind of stuff. You know why? Because when you pulverize it, it squashes way better than... That's why I made a meatloaf with this. I'm going to do another. There's another way I want to do meatloaf, and I'm going to use this too. I like this a lot because instead of, cornflakes or cornflake crumbs, this squeezes up and smushes very good. All you got to do this is the fun part. I mean, when you go into something like this, I mean, if you're not having some fun, even if you screw it up a little bit, you're not really cooking. If you're not having fun, you can always work out the problems later and learn from your mistakes later. But you're not just going to be an asshole about it and have fun. It's not worth it. You got to enjoy yourself. So yeah, the fun stuff you used to just get to. This is going to be mixed with the meat after you drain it. We're going to cook this, and we're going to get all this meat out of here. While I'm waiting for this meat to cook to drain, we're just preparing this. I'm going to get a plate here in the next step. Even got to get everything on. See, that's also smushed up. That's going to be mixed with the meat, almost like when you do a meatloaf, but we're going to put it in a pan later. I'll show you later. But we're going to cut up this brick of cheese. I took it out of the box here. This is like a generic Velveeta. Like this right here. You can, it comes in a brick. I've acquired it in places. We're going to cut it in slices the best we can. It don't got to be perfect. Don't want them to be too thick, but they're somewhat thick because they're going to be melted on top. I don't know, that might be a little too thick. If you can go a little thinner, go thinner, but we're going to cut this whole thing up. And we're going to cover, you'll see what I am going to do. And when the time comes, we're going to put this on top of the meat. When we bake it, after we cook it, we're going to put it in a pan, and we're going to bake it for some time. But just cut these all up in some bunch of slices until it's all gone. Even if it isn't perfect in pieces, we're going to lay it all over there. You'll see how this goes down when... Don't got to be really perfect. Oops, that's a little thick. I can fix that later, but I want to make sure it's distributed all over the all over the thing when you bake it. So that's good right there. A bunch of slices here, and we're gonna get ready then for the next step. Well, when you see this being done here, can use whatever you got. If you can even take shredded cheddar or something shredded even too. Yeah, I mean, I might even try this another time with a different type of cheese. But you can even buy damn Kraft singles if you want and throw them on there. But this is what I got, and I've been on social media things, and people were talking about this cheese here, and I was talking about the mac and cheese, but this is another thing. So, all right, we're gonna give this another few minutes. Some of this is still raw here, but just checking on it. Just a little bit longer, and then we'll be ready for the next step. What we're going to do next, we're going to get rid of this damn grease. So, got my strainer here. And we got to be careful not to strain myself here. Whatever you do, don't strain yourself, when you're using the strainer. I'm going to pour all this shit in here. Then I'm going to scrape this out of the pot. But we're going to rinse this off with some water, because when I mix my crumbs and all that, I don't want to be burning myself. And then we're going to wash. I'm steaming up the camera. Then we're going to wash all the damn ugly fat out of there. And plus, when I mix my crumbs, less chance of burning myself. But they are good enough. Shake that out there. So we don't want no bunch of fat in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and just usually you can just empty this into a bowl if you want to, and do the mixture. But I don't have a hell of a lot of room. I'm not gonna screw around with that. I'm just gonna throw it in here. This is how I did it the last time. I'm gonna throw this in here and go like this, spread it out. I gotta use both hands enough to show you. We're gonna throw. Oops, sorry, the camera, I messed up. I almost tilted the camera away, but I'm gonna do this off camera a little bit better. But you do this in a bowl with both hands like you're making your meatloaf, but we're gonna mix this all up here. And like that. Oops, we're gonna mix it all up. And while I'm doing this here, see how good this looks even like this. We're gonna spread this out. We're gonna take some onion and garlic powder here, but we're gonna go real easy on the garlic powder because if I can get the damn thing open real quick. Hold on. God damn it. Hold on. Yeah. There. I'm gonna put a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. I actually will put a little bit more, but sometimes, it says me and my partner here both got to eat this, and she can't have too much garlic. But like you can put as much as you want. Just be sure and right. You know what I mean? Somebody else you're with, ask them how much you want. And onion, we're gonna throw some onion powder in here. I'm doing a little bit more onion powder than the garlic powder, but screw it. It's a small jar anyway. Not the whole thing. I had some left. This was partially used. It wasn't the whole thing. It was a teensy jar part used. I only had a little bit in it. I only had a little bit in there anyway. Like it was like partial jar. It was just just enough for this, not too much. You don't want too much onion either, but a small jar like this, and it was partially used. Then while you mix it, see what I did? We're spreading it all around. Oh yeah, make sure you lubricate your pan too. That's another thing. Usually I spray it with some of this, and I didn't show that in the camera. And you know what? I might have forgot, but usually I spray this pan, but it should be okay. Yeah, I almost always spray the pan in case anything sticks, but I actually forgot this time. But that's all right because it's not really going to stick anywhere with this because you got your meat. It's already kind of cooked, and what we're doing here now, and we're just going to cook this so your cheese melts in with it. We're going to throw it right on top. I have a couple of these. I got to do it in a second. I got a couple of these pieces I got to split in half. I cut them too thick. But take these, I'll stick it over here where you can see. And we're going to line them up. That one I'm going to have to cut down. Well, damn it. Look at this. I made this one too thick too. I want to make sure that they're like covering the entire thing. Like say you get a piece here, here, and here, and they're going to melt in there. Damn it. Here. I'm going to cut this in half. And that one. See, I was doing this like real quick and too in a hurry. But I'm going to pause it and then fix this a little bit better. But the object of the game here, we're going to line the whole thing, you know, kind of distribute all over the top evenly because they're going to melt over top and if they're too thick, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm going to go ahead and preheat this oven too. But that's not really perfect, but we're going to put some foil on top of it so the heat distributes in there. And what we're going to do is the cheese is going to melt. I'm going to heat it for, I think it took about a little under an hour, like 45 minutes or so, not quite an hour that I baked this. You want the cheese to melt all over and look like pizza burgers. But like I said too, you can take, in fact, it won't even take, it'll probably, I'm guessing, take 15 minutes or so if, say, you use something like Kraft singles because they're real thin. But if you throw handfuls of shredded cheese, it's probably going to take you longer. But these are kind of thick. This is going to be like half hour to 45 minutes to melt the cheese. And then that's it. It'll be done. So let me cover it with foil. Stove heated to about 400 degrees. And we're going to put this in. I'm going to check it in about a half hour, but it's going to take like 45 minutes because that's what it took the last time, under an hour to get that cheese melted. I'm going to wash all these dishes and all that crap in the meantime, but we're going to check on it. Take out the love glove here and I'm going to take a look at this. Ugh. And pull this off. All right, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Turned out so nice. Turned out pretty nice. Get this out of here, have dinner for two. Oh, this melted better than the last one. See, I gauged it just about right. I wasn't even going to check it yet. But that melted pretty good. I didn't even have that in a half hour. I had it like, what, 20 minutes? Yeah. But let me get this. Start some of this here. Get this here and have dinner for two. Kind of. Try to get this out. Yeah. Oh yeah. Splat. Tastes good all the same, but to get this served. Hold on, I need both hands. Damn it. The only thing when you get it out fresh and hot, it kind of, almost like the way the lasagnas when you take it out right fresh and hot instead of don't matter, it still tastes damn good. The cheese is mixed in. Just because it's come apart like this, it does not make any difference. It's just... Yeah, look at that. And I'm going to serve mine. I don't want to get that over here. Put this over here. Get mine out. Now we're going to have some for later. I have to scrape it off here with the fork a little bit, but yeah, when it's good and hot like this, it's like a lasagna. When you take it out like in chunks after it's chilled, heat it up a little bit, but doesn't matter, it tastes good all the same. Yeah. Damn it! Yeah, it's going to come apart a little bit, but hell, it's still going to be gone the same way when you eat it anyway, when you chew it up and swallow it. But say, if you wait a while, you can cut it and it'll be like in a chunk, but... All right, and we'll probably have seconds later. But there you have it. Man, this is really good tasting. I made it before. It's pretty damn good. If you want to wait and chill it a little bit like we do a lasagna, like say you eat some lasagna, it's going to come out like that. When it's hot, that's how it's going to come, when it's hot. But say you have this left over for later and you cut a piece off and put it in a dish, it's going to be like in a slab. But like when you're hungry and you're anxious to eat, it's going to be like this. But still good. And if you want to put it in a bun or in bread like Sloppy Joe, that's what I'm saying too. Or like the pizza burger you have in school, put it on top of a bread or a bun or a sandwich, which I didn't get bread, so... but you can do that if you want to, but we just eat it like this. Alrighty then. That ends this episode. And stay tuned for a new episode. And thank you for watching the show. The Asshole Cooking Show. Thank you for watching the show.